actually shed a bit of a tear in your office. Quite seriously, I got to the wall, which is Open Your Heart and Your Home, I think it's called, and I said to Dylan, who was walking me excuse me, around, I said, what is this? And he said, you know, this whole philosophy, but just seeing all the blocks on the wall about what you've done with that. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Open Homes is Airbnb's way to make sure that we put a roof over the head of the people in the greatest need of one.
Yeah.
And it started in 2012 during Hurricane Sandy. Now, Hurricane Sandy hit New York City, displaced tens of thousands of people overnight. The next day we get an email from a host in Brooklyn. She says, I've got 5 guest rooms and I would love to share these for free with those who've been displaced.
Yeah.
The only problem is our system didn't allow it. You had to have a transaction to make a connection.
Yeah.
We said, why? It started this whole engineering marathon, reconfigured our system to allow her and everyone else in New York City to offer their homes to those displaced. And we ended up helping house a few hundred people during Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah.
And what we learned from that is, the next time that there's a natural disaster and we have hosts in unaffected areas, how might our platform provide shelter for those who've been displaced? And so since then, we've created a program called Open Homes.
Yeah.
And it allows Airbnb hosts and non-hosts alike to share their homes with someone who's been displaced by an earthquake, by a typhoon, by a wildfire, and including refugee families getting resettled into different countries.
Yeah.
And so we've seen now people use the platform in over 90 different natural disasters, most recently the earthquake in Mexico City, the hurricanes in Puerto Rico and southeastern United States. And it's been phenomenal to see people's generosity of sharing their homes at no cost to those who need it.
Yeah, and certainly from my perspective, that's some of the greatest leadership in, I'm going to say corporates, but I kind of think of you as quite a large startup still.
Oh,
but yeah, amazing to witness, and hopefully many other companies take heed from that.
One more comment on that is I do think it, to me, it represents a form of 21st century philanthropy, which is, you know, we do check writing to help support nonprofits. I think the 21st century philanthropy is about sharing whatever your strengths are as a business and going out to the world to solve for problems.
Yeah.
So in our case, it's short-term hospitality, it's creating trust between strangers, and it's doing it at a global scale. And that's how we landed on being able to help in natural disasters.
So can you tell me a bit more about how people can find out about Open Homes?
Absolutely. People can go to airbnb.com/openhomes. It's a great way for anybody who sees the images on TV after a big brush fire or typhoon that wants to hold their hand up and say, hey, I can help out here. It's just such an easy way for people to step forward and provide relief to those who need it most.